welcome back. Startup Weekend Germany 2020 COVID-19 edition. What a name. Glad to have you all here with us on this YouTube live stream. It's just turned 6:04, and what you just saw was Saarbrücken Startup Weekend 2019. There's been quite a few people from Saarbrücken coming in, mainly because one of our organizers is from the beautiful Saarbrücken community down south in Germany. So shout out to you, Tamai. Hope you enjoyed that video. And it's nice to be able to highlight different areas around Germany that are running Startup Weekend. Christian, how are you doing over there?
I'm doing fantastic. It's been a ride, like so many things going on. It's been fantastic. So you all blew our minds multiple times, I think. Like, it's so incredible what you've done in such a short period of time, how international it was. And especially if we look back at the speaker session, we had two speakers. But the special thing is, let's think back for a minute into when we were actually doing corporate trainings, corporate events, or any kind of public speaking event. Do you remember who was on stage? More specifically, do you think if he was good or not? Was he engaging? Was he crazy enough? Well, speaking of crazy enough, I used the wrong word here because within our event, we didn't have two men, but we had two fantastic women who did nothing else than their best, who kept more than 20 people engaged for 1.5 hours. Imagine. I know so many conferences where people leave after 10 minutes because of the speaker bore them out. And these two women managed to keep you engaged for more than an hour. Totally engaged, talking to each other, feeling good. Absolutely, thumbs up. Thank you, Leonie Michaelis. You made our day. Thank you, Franziska Glaser. It is a pleasure. So whenever you need someone to make your event better, definitely check out these two women. But let's step back for a minute. This slide is intentionally left blank, simply because of you have experienced so many things. Imagine this being your canvas of where you went through the weekend. Probably a week ago, you saw some of the postings on LinkedIn. You thought, what's that? What's this startup weekend about, right? So you potentially even looked into who are these guys? Like some crazy dudes from Germany and one Kiwi. It's like, what's going on? Okay, let's give it a try. It's free. You can donate, but you didn't have to. It is fantastic because of more than €100 have been donated, which will all go to the World Health Organization. So again, thank you so much. It really helps fighting the virus on yet another level. So yeah, you donated, you got your ticket, and then probably sometime you got an email from this guy out of Saarbrücken, Tamai, be like, hey, join our Discord server. So if you're like me, probably 90% of you have never heard of Discord before. Like, apparently it's something that gamers use to communicate on the internet, but what the heck is Discord? So you probably registered, felt super confused, had no idea what to do, signed in, and then there you are. And apparently then this guy Tamai didn't stop. He sent you at everyone messages, at attendee messages, so many messages that he got messages being like, dude, calm down, you over communicate way too heavily. And then I think it was Wednesday, we invited you to our town hall meeting. So you could really AMA us anything you had in mind. That was good. And then one day later, we invited you once again to a live stream where amazing people pitched their ideas, like super, super, super brave souls. I know so many people who are afraid to just stand up in a room. They connected to our meeting and spoke to the world. And the video has over 300 views right now, which is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for doing that. We couldn't have done it without you. And especially you help people find you and your team to actually join Startup Weekend. Going even further, now it was team forming. So you communicated on Discord, tried to get around this weird platform, got used to it, found new friends, new people that interested you, and then you continued on started working. And then there was our absolutely amazing, very understandable, and super, super professional live stream to get you on board with Startup Weekend. We It was so professional that we did yet another video explaining the judging criteria because of you could understand it so well in the live stream, which apparently my internet connection was just too good in terms of upload speed at that night. I don't know what happened. But yeah, here you go. You still continued. You kept working on it. Like, we got 17 teams formed that started working their asses off. So much that we invited you to AMA and check-in sessions. And we were totally blown away because it was just two people checking in at different times. And then when we made it a little bit more forced this morning, everyone was just sitting there being like, can we leave? We want to work. We want to do something. So you're painting even more lines, making it way more colorful than we could have ever imagined, and continued the journey of Startup Weekend Germany 2020. Especially shout out to all of you, because I imagine all of you have also done online meetings where someone left the room, someone came back in. It was just madness, and everyone hated meetings online, in the internet, home office. Like, my father still, like, I think they just started doing home office because of they were forced to, but this was never allowed. So it's like really a wide slide for all of you. And you really made that powerful during COVID. So now, here we are. You pitched. Some teams got questions and answers with the jury because if there was something open. Others didn't because of their pitch was so professional already. Yeah, but before we get into that, here over to awesome Lingy, just right below me. The person that drove me crazy, but made me still like him so much that even my family said, who is the guy that is below you? Because if he's much more awesome than you are. Which is like, thanks, Mom. I heard that. So yeah,
Hey.
Lingy, what about these famous, awesome people?
You know what? I want to just send some love out to your family, Christian, because that is a compliment and a half over their son. Hey, look, I appreciate that, and obviously the last slide, there was so much that you have gone through throughout this whole week to keep engaged with us that we possibly couldn't explain the journey. But this slide currently that you see here, I want to pay some attention to this because it wouldn't have been possible without every single one of you, the participants. So what we decided to do was show a little bit of love. Hopefully you see your name just over this side over here. For all your hard work throughout the weekend. The aim of this was to create sustainable startup businesses, connect with one another, learn some new skills, and help fight COVID-19. This world has been pushed into a global pandemic. And instead of watching Netflix, you have all taken up the challenge to join forces to create something that has impact and that will progress humanity into the future. So thank you very much for all these participants that you see. Hopefully you can read your name up here, and I'll give you a little round of applause as well for making it through. Very well done for all of you here. There's a couple of stats that I will pass on to Christian. Christian.
Yes, so in total we sold 185 tickets, even though I have to say sold, well, it was free. So thank you for giving us money for supporting this cause anyways. But 185 people is still an amazing number for a country that didn't know how to use credit cards up until a few weeks ago. It was too afraid to use credit cards a few weeks ago. Today I got a message like, if you come shopping with us, please use your card, which is like, what the heck, is this still Germany? So 185 people signed up on the internet. Completely crazy. Like, wow, this is like nothing I would have envisioned. With 7 absolutely fantastic organizers that we will come back to later in this presentation. And you formed and handed in over 20 projects that we had to trim down to 20 for you to go on in this journey. But what's more, Lingy?
Like I mentioned before, there was one objective for this. And it was all, again, in the context of COVID-19. Earlier on, we explained that there were over 70 countries around the world who are participating in this throughout weekends in this month, in April. And Germany was one of those countries that decided to take part. So we have a volunteer group that Christian just mentioned, 7 people, volunteers coming together and creating this event for you to enjoy. So as participants, we do hope you enjoyed it and that we're all sailing towards the same direction, which is this one objective to help find ideas to beat this COVID-19 global pandemic.
And do you know what happened? It turned out to be endless possibilities. If I just look into chat on YouTube, people are laughing out loudly around credit cards and debit cards in Germany. But also, even people from Boulder, Colorado turning in. So, hi Scott, hi Ruben, hi Iriscan, hi Remi. We dearly appreciate you. It is really amazing what you can do with the internet. And even more so, you all gave 100% all the time. Again, you didn't join our check-ins because of you were too busy working. With
Right.
something that is even more impressive. Like, I mean, Lingy, how many complaints have you heard about people disrespecting each other?
I've heard nothing. Actually, this has been a really positive weekend. And it goes to something that we were talking about a little bit earlier as well. A couple of days ago, we mentioned that there were hackathons that are happening all around the world. You talk about Global Hack, you talk about the hackathons coming up, other startup weekends that countries are currently either completing or due to complete even next weekend. So just a quick shout out to that. But from what I've seen this weekend, across all the tech platforms that we use, there has been a level of respect and communication that I haven't seen before. And again, this is the first time that we're all doing this. So we as organizing team respect that everyone has been patient, has kept up and has kept us motivated with their positive energy. So congrats to everyone here for showing and demonstrating one of the values that Techstars and Startup Week can actually bring, which is respect.
Yep.
Christian.
Yes, so sorry, it's Remy. Remy, not Rima. I'm so sorry, it is very little text, so I'm deeply sorry. But also in that sense of showing respect, please look at the person, well, in my case below me, but the person next to you and say, first of all, hey, Christian is an idiot for disrespecting our attendees, but also give them a high five and tell them, hey, you are awesome. You look pretty, even without all of these social media filters these days. Show them some respect, appreciate them, say yes to them. So Lingy, you have an awesome red t-shirt and your head is just as red because of your laughing, because of you having so much fun, which is amazing.
Hey, this has been a super fun weekend, and I only wish that this can continue. But you know what? All good things must come to an end at some point. I'm sure every single participant is going through that right now, saying we've pushed it, we've sent in our video, now it's time to find out what the results are. But before we do that, it's also about unity as well. So making sure that we're all united under one house, under one internet server, under one Discord platform that we've been using throughout the weekend to all stay together. So it's great that you've been exhibiting this as well. So thank you very much, everyone, for bringing in some of these values.
Yep.
Judging criteria. Christian has sent out a video a little bit earlier on. And so I just want to quickly go over this. This is what the judges have been put in front, have been executing or having the criteria against every time they've watched one of your videos that you have submitted. I won't go over it too much, but I just want to just lay it out there. Problem, impact, execution design, originality, feasibility, and a business model. If you've managed to include each one of those aspects underneath your 2-minute video, this again is what the judges are going to be judging, basing their judges around. So I won't say too much more about that. Christian, is there anything that you want to add apart from your video?
Not really, no. I think the video is awesome. Feel free to share it. Feel free to use it for any other startup weekend. It's here to stay. I don't mind being on the internet, apparently. So, yep. I mean, next time we're
No,
going to do one with Lingy because we're going to
no,
keep up the awesomeness. But yeah, let's
nice.
also talk a little bit about the people that actually came in and really put in the effort to go through all of the submitted videos, that spent their
Yeah.
time, their effort, their weekend, separated from their loved ones for a little bit to help
Mm.
us, to help you potentially win this competition.
All
So,
right.
Lingy, who are they?
Yeah, I had the pleasure of jumping into one of the Zoom calls to meet every single one of these judges. Hopefully, you're one of the ones that tuned in live. So, if you are, thank you very much, judges, as Christian mentioned, to give up a little bit of time this afternoon. For the participant perspective, when you submitted that video in at 12 o'clock, the judges then took over. So, they were hard at work, hopefully, while you were getting some fresh air and having some lunch. But I did want to just shine a little bit of light on all these judges here. So Heike and Christian, Marin, Mali. Um,
Yeah,
all right.
there is some prizes, but let's be a little bit mean here. We selected the top three contestants, the top three submissions selected by the jury you've just seen. And before we go into prizes, let's be a little bit mean here, because instead of telling you what you actually are going to win, let's watch their videos. What do you think, Linky?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Let's skip this. You've seen it before, but we'll come back and explain it a little bit later once you're in the top three.
Cool. Here is number one.
During the pandemic, people should try to stay home, but the existing food delivery system is failing to cope with the surge in orders, forcing people to leave their homes in search of food and essentials. Local inhabitants can organize the delivery of food and essential goods from the nearby stores by themselves, compensate for the lack of delivery resources in the region. Our solution allows you to launch a food delivery service to any local who feels the need to help their neighbors. Due to the fact that one person serves many, the solution many times reduces the number of people going outdoor, supporting quarantine measures thereby. As an option, the app can be used by all inhabitants on schedule, and those who are not vulnerable or symptomatic can offer their assistance by becoming a delivery angel in their local community. Our solution aiming to create an online to offline sales channel for a small food seller or food supplier. We provide our customers a tool for building an online store where consumers can make an order and pay it online. Now they no need to waste time walking between the showcases because their order will be safely packaged for their arrival. Any user who wishes to stay home can call the nearest delivery angel he found in the app as well. During the hackathon, the commercial foodstuff marketplace was adapted to the tasks countering the spread of COVID-19. Now we have an MVP containing a web platform with responsive apps for users, food, sellers, and delivery services, ready for user testing in different regions of the world. We already have a Facebook group in Mannheim, volunteers who are delivering already, and they would join our concept. We've launched a user testing in one of the regions of France and waiting for the outcomes. During the COVID-19 pandemic, this service will be for free and based on volunteering work, but we have different business models to make the platform work after the pandemic. Freemium, subscription, or commission models should be tested for the defined market. Choose the proper one.
Maybe I can start. So first of all, thank you for your idea. I really enjoyed watching your pitch. Now, I have a question concerning your go-to-market strategy, because by definition, you are targeting a very fractionalized market. So can you elaborate a little bit on that, on your go-to-market strategy, please?
Yeah, we we split the strategy on 3 stages. The initial stage is direct marketing. We want to involve our customers directly by emailing and networking, maybe using socials. The second stage is local marketing. It's about geo-targeted advertising. And on the third stage, online marketing involved SEO and social advertising as well. Something like that.
Okay. Can you please share? Yeah, can you please share more about the experience of the team? I mean, you mentioned that you are actually a family business, but please share more about the team, because from your 3 stages that you mentioned right now, you need a lot of money for user acquisition and for marketing. So we would love to hear more about your experience.
Let me start from myself. I'm start my career as a web developer, but it was a long time ago. Then I was a project manager in international retail chain, Stockman, maybe you know. And the last 5 years, I work as a sole interpreter. I'm making my own projects. Niels, may I ask, it's not about the project, don't afraid.
No, just for myself, I am a system engineer, system architect. I'm 20 years doing IT. And lately I started my own business, and now I have a customer in Brussels about power, electricity. But I also try to make some time for this project. And I initially started with an idea that I shared with Oleg. But my idea was pretty small, and he adapted my idea and took it to the next level. And yeah, here are we. Yeah.
And some words about your wife, please.
Yeah, but she can speak for herself.
Yeah, well, right now I I moved to Belgium right now. I don't have exact job, but
learning Dutch.
But learning Dutch, it's my job right now. But actually, like few years ago, I was working in MediaMarkt Saturn in Germany company as office manager. Yeah, and also have some experience in Norway with seafood crabs, like transport. How to say?
Yeah, transportation of
seafood. Yeah, but right now I'm not there anymore. But now my work like learning new language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Nice. We're back in the game. All right. Hopefully you could hear us all right. Just in the background there, we were just looked like people here were saying that there's some tech issues. We're trying to work it out in the background. And again, this is a live event, so we're just trying to make sure that we've got the tech ready. All right. What you just saw was Delivery Angels, one of the teams. If you're watching as a participant, very nice, well done. You could probably tell that this was pre-recorded as well. What we decided to do as an organizing team is to pre-record some of the the
question
pitches.
and answers. Like all the pitches were submitted as a video, and we pre-recorded Q&A for the ones that had it necessary in order to not have to deal with all the live issues.
Correct. So what you just saw is a team pitch and the judges coming in straight afterwards and actually clarifying with that particular team what was happening. If they had any further questions, you'll see it back in there. So big shout out to Delivery Heroes. Thank you very much.
Yeah, keep in mind, this is no particular order. So all of the things you're about to see doesn't mean you won or you lost. Like all of these top 3 contestants are in a totally randomized order. So not even me. I don't know who won. Lingy, do you?
Not quite yet. But I haven't seen the videos yet. So it was actually really cool to see one of the final products of what Delivery Angel, one of the teams, actually submitted.
I just got them sent from one person who was in contact with the jurors, and they like, I have Discord open down here on my computer, and it's like, when it's ready and we announce it, the jury comes in and announces it. So we don't really know. But here is number 2.
Team number 2.
It is, drum roll please.
Captain Bear. Check out their pictures.
The corona crisis made you work from home. You must attend a Zoom conference, and your kid wants to play. Nothing can be postponed. You feel you're going crazy. And you are not alone with this. More than 9 million families worldwide are in this situation now. Imagine that there is a digital kindergarten, an app that would guide your kid throughout the day, providing them a structured, engaging, and balanced set of activities, while giving you slots of quiet time to work. Actually, there is one. Meet Captain Bear. Forget Googling things to do, switching between apps, games, learning websites. Captain Bear will do it all for you, applying pedagogical principles, gamification, and power of technology. And your parental app dashboard will connect with Google Calendar to organize your and your kids' day. Free version offers basic functionalities, organizing and supervising the day. Premium version unlocks gamification and carefully curated content for €6 a month. Companies buy subscription to help their teams work remotely with kids at home. And cities and states are our customers too. We also do affiliate marketing in parental apps. No ads for kids here. Captain Bear is handy in COVID crisis, but he can do so much more. Captain Bear helps you work from home, supports happy and healthy days for kids, mixing online and offline activities in a pedagogically structured app that guides a kid from morning dance to a bedtime story.
So let me first tell you that I really like the idea. I have a 4-year-old boy at home, and I definitely desperately need that app tomorrow.
Okay.
So my question is concerning competition. Did you do a competition search, and what did you find out? So who are the competitors, and what is your USP?
Okay, unfortunately or fortunately for us, the holistic solution is not out there yet. Many content providers concentrate only on what they're doing. So I don't know, Disney is streaming cartoons, and then other content providers are streaming whatever they are streaming. Taking the child as a center of app and saying, okay, buddy, now we dance, or now we work out, or okay, buddy, now the screen is going to darken and you need to draw, not tech now. Nobody is doing it. At least nobody that you can easily find on Google. Maybe there are some guys who know how to SEO optimize their web page. I cannot tell, but a real competition I haven't seen. Not only for small child, but also I think that EdTech for older children is missing the point also.
And also I think our big value add is this kind of scheduling, and so you can arrange the silent times with the times you really need to concentrate for work. So I guess, for example, if you had a conference call with your chief and you don't want to be disturbed at all, but you don't want to let your kid alone. So he knows it's silent time, and he can also see in few minutes mom or dad will be available. So this kind of scheduling and guiding, this is also the value add to the content.
Is the idea to pull and consolidate existing content that's out there, or are you planning on creating all new content for different age groups?
Okay, so basically, yes, it would be too expensive, and I don't think we could provide such a high quality content as there are from already existing providers. We will probably develop something that will be some kind of general story to make sense out of this Captain Bear. So Captain Bear has to have his basic stories. And what I would love to have this increment of time when we will use this Captain Bear story to tell the story about COVID, to gamify and to make stories about what is going on. So this is a communication platform that helps parents and children understand what is going on. Only in this small segment we'll be providing content maybe, or maybe outsourced to somebody else, but we need that like from scratch. That doesn't exist as we know it, but everything else should be curated.
Do you have an individual approach how to curate that? Because kids in different age groups, and I guess you're aiming for like 3 to 6 most likely, very, very different. I also think it's a very nice idea after COVID, because if you see diversity and when you start teaching kids, especially, how to treat people with different skin color or different sex and all that stuff. It's a very nice idea to actually start educating on that. But how individual is that approach that you have?
Yes, definitely it has to be based on age group. 3, 4, 5, 6 years old are not the same. In this first iteration, in first MVP, we are thinking about this broadcasting just to prove the concept. But then the personalization should be made not only based on the age group, but also we will probably see that some children have a longer attention span. So parents should be able to prolong, I don't know, building, or some children are maybe not that much into building. So eventually the level of personalization should be developed more, but definitely age groups are something that we are thinking about.
For older children, for older kids, we have to change the gamification mechanism. We can not just use some badges, some simple rewards. We need some more complicated mechanism, so the children have some meaningful choice to do.
Okay, cool. Look at that. Welcome, Captain Bear. Woohoo!
Yes.
Very, very cool to see that pitch, and what an awesome idea. Such engaging questions from the judges. So if that cut off a little bit early to you, like it did for me, that's okay. But we're back here. Shout out to Captain Bear. And I think they must have had one of the most engaging channels on Discord, on the platform that we were using, because shout out to Captain Bear team. I saw so many photos of this bear living the life. I don't even know what, I mean, the bear. Christian, did you see any of those photos on their team channel?
Not all of them, but holy cow, it's been a lot. So they really use Discord as a platform. So text us if you ever want to do it again. Get Zelka on board. She has all the pictures. But speaking of 3 winners, you 2 already made it onto the championship pedestal. Let's go with the last one. Who could it be?
Ooh.
Here we go.
My name is Artem. Are you worried about the coronavirus pandemics or the risk of being infected during visit the hospital? Do you know whom to ask when you have some symptoms? Let me show you the solution we have. This is the remote doc platform, which connects the doctor and the patient remotely, reducing the risk of being infected. It does this with the power of AI chatbot, which makes pre-screening of the patient, saving doctors time and effort. We resolve the problem of a patient, which say they are worried by long waiting times of a consultation and risky crowded doctor offices. This is also the problem for doctors, so we resolve this from both sides. We do this on landbot.io platform, It asks the patient questions regarding the health state and stores this information in HubSpot CRM so the doctor can look it through prior visiting the patient using Google Hangouts or Zoom. We use Calendly as a scheduling tool for it. Here you can see the demo of the mobile application. So right now, the patient is booking the meeting using the chatbot. You will need to provide your name and email address and pick up a suitable slot. The information regarding the symptoms will be transferred to the doctor automatically within the system. Our go-to-market strategy is provide the application for free. We plan to embed some kind of referral system in it so the word will be spread faster. In the future, we plan to integrate it to electronic health record systems so it can be used by big hospitals. Of course, we have some competitors, but none of them uses chatbot for scheduling the meetings. We have mobile application and the website. We invite you to visit remotedoc.netlify.app and try it yourself. It is very comfortable to use. Now I want to put on the piece of interview by an Italian healthcare system worker. Just listen to it.
The situation in my country is terrible, really, really bad. We all were taken by surprise when the crisis hit. Hospitals were completely crowded. It was really a mess. A telemedicine application would have helped in this situation a lot. It allows people to be quickly in contact with doctors and to collect important medical information at any time. I think it's a really good idea. Please stay at home and use it.
Our team did some tremendous job on the business development and the development of the technical solution. I would like to thank every participant here and thank you for your attention. See you.
Hi, let me jump in. First of all, I mean, it's a great presentation, great need right now. Definitely COVID-19 brought us new needs, but I want to ask you, because technology-wise, it's really existing, customer-wise, I mean, the medical, I would say, new relationship between the doctors and the patients are also going through this process right now. So what is the core innovation that you bring here? Because eventually it's existing.
So we checked all the competitors and none of them has the artificial intelligence engine to score the current state of risk of the patient, which means if you have a healthcare system overloaded, you really need to optimize your resources, right? So we plan to put the load from the healthcare workers to the artificial intelligence bot so it can pre-screen the patients really fast and provide this information to the doctor, saving time and effort for them. So no one from the competitors we've seen does that. So this artificial intelligence bot is really unique in this regard. Does it make sense to you?
It makes sense, but it's not serving the consumers. It's maybe serving the back office or maybe the doctors. So
I believe it does because we inbuilt the screening system directly into the bot. So you provide the answers to the questions and it says back whether you have high, low or medium risk of being infected. And we also do this for free because for patients, not all solutions are available. Konstantin, would you like to add something to this?
I think our main main vision is you just said that we want to provide it in this crisis for free, especially to flatten the curve and prevent as much as contacts as possible. Yeah, this is probably our USP, and I'm also pretty. I think the other thing is why we can provide it for free is that we use already existing technology that is separated and gather it together on one platform and make it efficient, and not, as we say in German, develop the wheel new.
I have two questions. One question is,
Okay.
are we talking about written language or spoken language? Natural language processing is quite tough. You need a lot of data to actually make it work. And the second question goes a little bit into what you touched already, the go-to-market strategy, because you talked about a mobile app. There are tons of mobile apps, and I think the average person has like 4 to 5 on the phone that they use regularly. Have you ever thought about integrating it into existing solutions like WhatsApp and Facebook to kind of piggyback and reach more people?
Okay, so just one note, one more team member, I believe right now waits for the host to let her in. So if you are able to do that, please do.
Yes, I just thought because the question Q&A is nearly over. So if we wrap up now,
Okay.
to not lose too much time.
Yeah, okay. So regarding the mobile app, we can integrate with WhatsApp, and regarding the applications which are already there, we can integrate with WhatsApp or Messenger, not to add something on top of that. We are also able to work with the web platform. What is really impressive here is we were able to do the whole solution, gluing the pieces together just in 2 days during the weekend. So we didn't have anything. We composed this from scratch. Also, we use Google Hangouts and everything. Regarding the natural language processing, so we try to keep this as simple as possible. If you go to the website and try it out, there are some options which you just pick among them, and they are pretty precise. So we use the algorithm which builds the scoring system based on yes, no, or I don't know answers, and it works pretty well. Of course, it might be improved, but in order to make the decision more strict and better, we decided to keep it simple as possible.
And our goal was to develop a platform that even a granny can use. Because, for example, my grandma, she's 85 and she uses WhatsApp, and she's already familiar with that. And we are able to integrate it into WhatsApp. That is also like that we can use existing technologies, so we can reach to the whole society.
Whoa. And we are back. Thank you so much. Again, who do you think won? I'm super curious. Also, Ruben, thank you so much for the kind words in the chat. Thank you for everyone. Also, if you are hiring, he's writing his master thesis and he's looking for work, apparently. But next to that, again, you have seen some of the judges, which you will again see on this little slide here. But all of this wouldn't be possible if an organization called Techsters wouldn't have organized this. So huge shout out to Jose for actually making all of this possible in Europe. Huge shout out to the incubation program. And before we get into some numbers, here is a little clip we would love to share. And keep in mind, this is not paid. We chose this for ourselves because we think it is so powerful.
This is a moment of unprecedented challenge. A moment that demands new ideas, new approaches, entirely new ways of thinking about the way we live and work and relate to each other, how we relate to the world and worlds beyond. What we need more than ever are entrepreneurs, from Birmingham to Bangalore and everywhere in between. This idea that you need to be in this or that place, have a PhD or be a coding genius, forget it. If you have an idea, a passion, grit and determination, an unyielding belief in what's possible, Now is your time. And this is why we exist. To put founders first. To mentor them, connect them, inspire them. To give them everything they need to succeed. Not just because we love it, but because the world needs it. More than ever.
There you go.
Oh, nice. Thank you very much, Techstars. That's really relevant, what you just saw the video around what's currently happening in this world with regards to the global pandemic and the impacts of COVID-19. Hey, look, it's been awesome. What you've just seen is the top 3 teams, but we have no idea. Christian and I have no idea what order, who came where. But right before we head into the slide, I do want to give a quick shout out to the other teams as well. So if you've competed in this and you haven't come in the top 3 team, I want to give a quick shout out to Team Competence Pool, Work for Sharing, also, you know, Change Pioneers and Contact Track over here, Root Designers, Phoenix. You've all done an amazing job. So if you're watching this, a big shout out to you as well. Before we move on, global partners. So global partners on this side over here. Thank you very much for supporting us and also helping back these entrepreneurs as well. It's great to have you as part of the Startup Weekend Global family. So they're just all listed on the sites that you can just see over here. Also, some of the local partners as well. This couldn't have been possible without the help and support that you've offered. It's great to be able to be in an entrepreneurial ecosystem that has all these different organizations playing their part from the Factory Berlin to German Accelerator, Mindshare. Shout out to Charlie for taking one of those sessions when everyone was stressed, you know, SAP.io, Raisin, the list goes on. So thank you very much to the local partners for making this possible. Christian.
Yes, and a huge shout out. You've already heard it from Kathleen in the chat. Thank you, mentors. Here is your attribution. It has been an honor to be with you. Like, without you, all of this would have been much worse. So thank you so much for coming. Huge round of applause. Without you, again, I think a few teams would have been lost at some point. So many teams said thank you for organizing these mentors. You really helped this be even more successful. Getting people involved, getting people more interacting. It's been a pleasure. Also, thank you again to the speakers and judges who made this possible. Again, Mindfulness Charlie, the most calming voice I've heard in a long time. I wish I would say as little as him, literally 0 times. I almost fell asleep listening to that session because it was so calming. Franziska Glaser, you did an amazing job. Like, for all of the ones in the session, you know what she did and how interactive it was. Thank you for bringing all of your programming to us for free and making these people enjoy the time up until pitches. Also, Leonie Michaelis, thank you so much. All my love. It's been an honor to see you sending people to breakout rooms all the time, making them say no, making them say yes, making them feel appreciated. It has been an absolute honor. And again, judges, thank you so much. Without you, we would be stressed for the next 5 days to figure out who we might give a chance to win or not. And I'm so thankful I don't have to take that decision by myself.
Yeah, totally.
Again, Lingy, do you want to go into the prices a little bit more?
Yeah, sure. I mean, at the end of the day, everyone who's taken the decision to participate in this weekend, we consider you as winners. But what we do have here is an additional bonus. So what we've organized here is Startup TV, based here in Germany, have offered the top 3 teams access to publicity afterwards. So those 3 teams that you've just heard from, congratulations, Delivery Angels, Captain Bear, and Telemedicine versus COVID-19, or Remote Doc Telemedicine versus COVID-19. I think you've changed the name. Congratulations. We'll be in touch with you after to figure out how this actually works. But hopefully what that'll do is increase your exposure and help you continue this initiative on, because it is It's got huge impact. What you're doing is amazing to be able to progress through this global pandemic. And also, W Lounge, I'm not too sure if I'm saying that right, but one of the judges you would have, I met her a little bit early on today, Marley Baum, she has offered the top winning team to go on to her daily webcam show. So again, what this does is it promotes what you've done. It helps you tell your story to the rest of the world and provide a platform to do so. So again, we'll be in touch with that top winning team. But I'm not too sure who has actually won. Do you know, Christian?
No, but before we actually tell you, there is even more. Like there is Techstars Global Prizes. The top 20 teams out of this month-long experience are selected to take place in a 3-day innovation bootcamp. And the top 5 graduates will get $10,000 of a grant from Differential Ventures, which is your rocket shooting to the moon. We've seen it by one of the mentors in the background. This is your chance to really shoot to the moon if you go through this. But yeah, I don't really have any idea who won. So Lingi, what should we do? Do you think we should try to go to Discord, join into some conversation and try to express it, or do you have a better idea?
Actually, hold on. I want to give a couple more shout outs because this is quite fun. I see here Atik has got the streaming live, watching it with his family of some sort. He's uploaded a photo. So a shout out to you, family, and to Atik sitting at home with your family tuning in live. That's awesome. And also I can see from some of the YouTube comments as well. Thank you very much, Laura. Oh, there's nothing but hearts on here, which is really cool and inspiring to see. But it says here, this is to all the mentors who helped to refine all the business models, heard pitches, and contributed their expertise to be able to progress these teams moving forward. So a quick shout out to you as well. And Jose, actually, we've already mentioned Jose, but I wonder where Jose's from. Hold on. Jose
Spain.
is from, no, wait, it's Galicia. It must be Galicia. Shout out to you, Jose. I almost forgot. But was there anyone else that you wanted to send a shout out or see some cool stories from, Christian?
Not really. Let me rather go over to our amazing judges who will now tell you who won because of here they are.
And we are online in the live stream. Hello there. Hello with our awesome judges Maren and Mali. We are gonna talk about the winning team. So first of all, obviously they will introduce themselves quickly again. What is their background?
Watching with my girlfriend,
they are
shout out to
both
us.
part of this awesome judging panel from this afternoon, and also were part of the Q&A sessions you watched earlier for the top 3 teams. So let's hear a bit more from you, Maren and Mali, about yourselves, but then also, of course, why did you pick the winning team, which you're gonna announce in a second? Woohoo! Maybe Maren, you want to start?
Yes, I will actually leave the pleasure to announce the winning team to Mali. But what I wanted to say is I run a healthcare incubator, and I, of course, have been part of a lot of hackathons focusing on health. And yes, we look a lot into the medical business, the nurses, what they deal with. But it was as exciting to see that we don't discriminate, and it's not just the people on the front in hospitals that are impacted by COVID-19. It's actually everybody, people in rural areas, as you have seen, that have no access to medication or even food, kids that are at home, people that are forced to do home office and have 3 jobs at the same time, become teachers doing home schooling, and at the end also people that might have speech impairment or are not able to actually reach out to their doctors, and they need technology to help it. So a big shout out also to all the other teams, because there have been a lot of very interesting ideas that clearly show that COVID-19 is not a healthcare problem. It's a problem that applies to the complete society. And I'm very pleased to see that there are 3 ideas that we are have as the 3 winning teams that cover all that.
Really playing the long
and I'm very happy to hand over the virtual microphone to Mali. We represent a group of 6 judges. We are very happy to be here to help you to progress. But Mali will go and announce the winner. So over to you, Mali.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, to really put a lot of efforts in this. And as a second-year judge in this phenomenal hackathon, let's call it, it's so different to make it online than offline. It's very hard not to feel the energy of the founder, of the pitching. I think it's really crucial, and it's actually teaching us that we need to develop another technology that makes us feel even more close to the founder, the energy, and the founding team. So I have to say that all the startups were very relevant to the situation that we are. They were like very smart solution. There are some that, of course, we saw that they are much more mature, or the product is ready to go, or more ready to the market. And there are some that are super early stage, but it's very, very natural. It's usually like that. It's even harder to do it when you are online. So really kudos for all the team for the great and very hard work that you gave this weekend. And Kathleen, would you like me to declare the winners?
Yes, so drum roll, a virtual drum roll for the top winning team now, which Mali is going to announce, and then we will directly invite them into the live stream here. So Mali, go on.
So we had 3, and we have 1 winner. And lead me here. What would you like me to start with? All the top 3?
We already announced the top 3, so you can directly go on towards. We give a shout out to the telemedicine or remote doc team again, and delivery angels. So awesome work for you. And then the winning team is.
The winning team is Captain Beer. Congratulations! You did great job. And one reason we actually selected you is because we understand this Corona time is not affecting only healthcare, but also every single layer of the society, and absolutely when it's come to children. And I have 2 kids at home. We have to take care of their mental health, educational, and on that also taking care of the parents that they are working, but also entertaining and teaching the kids while they are at home. So we felt that this is very good product, very relevant product, and we wish you great success.
So the team is just in. I think they part of them missed the announcement, unfortunately. But big congratulations to Team Captain Bear. You won this first online startup in Germany. Big shout out from all of us. I'm pretty sure, like all the judges were super excited about your idea and what you've been hacking and experiencing and putting together over the whole weekend. That we all think this is an amazing idea and project, and we really need this. Parents need this all over the world. We wish you all the best for like execution, and we're looking forward to have this in the app stores as soon as possible. We will, as an organizing team, of course, give you all the help you need, give the support all you need. As Mali mentioned there earlier, that we are gonna give you throughout this the relaunch platform, you're gonna get an interview tomorrow evening. And then we're also gonna get a Startup TV interview. So we give you already that as a coverage. And then obviously all the possible support you need to make this happen. So thank you so much for doing this. Big respect and props for your execution. And all the best to you, and big round of applause again. Thank you for doing this, guys.
The team.
So, and now I'm giving it back to Christian and Lingy, I think, in the chat.
Yeah, thank you, Kathleen. It's been an honor. Thank you so much. Congratulations Zelka, your picture with the bears. They're not only on Discord anymore. So, Jose, if you want promo for Discord, there is your woman next to winning this. But Lingi, there has been more, right? So one team has been missing. What do you think? Are we gonna tell people who made all of this possible?
My gosh, we do want to bring in that one team because it wouldn't have been possible, but congratulations to the Captain Bear team. And thank you very much, judges, as well, for announcing. It's very great to have you as part of this. And it wouldn't have been an easy decision. Like Christian mentioned, I'm glad we weren't part of it. But yeah, thank you very much for that. But let's bring in the team that made this event possible.
The boys that have been messaging you. The boys that have been managing people all day. The guys that went to bed at 2 in the morning just to get up at 8 in the morning to somehow make this experience great for you. Let us disappear from screen and let them share some words. Here is the organizing team from Startup Weekend Germany 2020. Here is Jojo. Here is Tamai. Here is Kathleen. And here is all the other ones. Mario. There is Vincent. There is Maria. All of the ones. There you go. This is your minute of fame.
The Techstars and Startup Weekend guys know exactly where to reach us. So don't hesitate.
Okay, so Discord will be live for a while, so we can rely on it.
At least for a bit more time.
These are all the ones that made this possible.
Live, and then you will get also information through email.
Congratulations.
Then,
best team ever.
Yeah, let's do this.
We'll stay connected. Okay,
yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now we go watch a YouTube video.
Yeah,
okay?
You can just go watch YouTube again. We will stay in the Zoom call, just the organizing team.
We just can't hear it.
Gotcha.
Do the live stream.
Okay, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. It has been a pleasure. It has been an honor. Lingi, last words.
For us as well.
I need a beer.
Hey, I'm confused about whose audio is
beer and a beer, everything.
Enjoy your evening.
We're live. What you just saw was all the organizing team, and it wouldn't have been possible. It's been super fun to work alongside them for the last 2 weeks to create this event. So thank you very much to the organizing team. Thank you for this guy, this co-facilitator guy over here. It's been great to be able to be on the journey with you as well, Christian. This is lastly to everyone who was actually involved. Thank you very much for taking part. This is the first time ever that we've ever been able to do this. Again, you were part of a global movement, 70 countries. There are going to be more hackathons and startup weekends. So if you enjoyed this one, hopefully you continue on to the next and progress this idea forward.
Yes, so digital high five. Let's try to do it like that. Yes, clap. And see you guys soon. I'm maybe in Saarbrücken, Startup Weekend. Tamar, you have to organize one. And please do keep in mind, Startup Weekend loves you. Here is our outro.